that a president has is to be commander-in-chief. And that, obviously, is a solemn obligation to care for all of our citizens, to make sure that when we go someplace, the goal is victory. That when our people are serving overseas, that we do everything we can to preserve their safety and protect them. This latest debacle in Libya is a disgrace. This President of the United States is either willfully deceiving the American people, or he is too incompetent to be commander-in-chief. I will repeat that. He either is willfully deceiving the American people, or he is too incompetent to play the role of commander-in-chief of the United States of America. This is a cover-up. Maybe both. I was on one of the television shows this morning, and I said, you know, maybe. I said, maybe this is as bad as Watergate. And the guy I was talking to pointed out, nobody died in Watergate.
That's right.
4 brave Americans, including our ambassador, died unnecessarily in Benghazi. My friends, there were 2 attacks on Benghazi in April and in June. One of them blew a hole in the wall of our consulate. The British consulate ambassador was attacked. The British consulate closed. There were continuous reports going back to Washington, D.C. about the lack of security there, and nothing was done. I expect any commander-in-chief to know about that. Then, of course, the day of it. The day of it, it was live information being streamed from Benghazi. And by the way, it was on September 11th. That's no coincidence. And we didn't have any of our forces on alert to be prepared to react to a crisis on September 11th. And then, of course, a fight went on for 7 hours. And the 2 brave Americans who were former SEALs, by the way, who were killed right at the end. We had 7 hours to get some assets there to try to save these people's lives. And we're talking about people's lives. And then I was on Face the Nation that Sunday. And they trotted out our UN ambassador to tell the American people that it was a spontaneous demonstration fed by a hateful video. There was no demonstration in Benghazi that night. There was an attack with mortars, with heavy weapons, with rocket-propelled grenades, and everybody knew it. They knew it at the time. And days later, the President of the United States, who goes on these tough shows like The View and David Letterman, again repeats this myth, this absolute falsehood, that it was a spontaneous demonstration by the hateful video. My friends, it is not always the crime, it's the cover-up. And what we're watching is a deception of the American people that, in my view, makes the president unfit to be commander-in-chief of these brave men and women. I have had the great honor and privilege of getting to know Mitt Romney over many years. We had a very spirited primary. I knew that Mitt Romney was a good and decent man. I endorsed him early. Mitt Romney understands the way Ronald Reagan did. Peace through strength. American leading from in front and not from behind. America has never gotten into a war because we were too strong. That's what Mitt Romney knew. That's what Ronald Reagan knew. That's what Mitt Romney knows. And I know that he knows that American leadership is more needed in the world today than at any time since the Cold War. When you look around the world, my